Hi, I'm Holly Kovo from Fitting Fitness In. I'm a personal trainer and nutrition specialist, and welcome to Get Healthy with Holly. This month I have Chris and Fred joining me for a workout, and I want to thank you for joining me. This is Chris. Do you want to go by Christine or Chris? Chris and Fred Faulkner. They're in my senior fitness class, and they graciously agreed to demonstrate some of these partner exercises and stretches for you for the show. Today is February. The month of February is a heart healthy month, so we're going to show you some exercises that are good for your heart, some stretches that are good, and then we'll take it into the kitchen and show you some foods that are great for your heart. February also has Valentine's Day, and so I thought it would be nice to do and learn a few simple exercises that you can do with your partner or your sweetheart. So we can call it a sweetheart workout or a partner workout. I know these guys are sweethearts. Like Chris told me this morning that they'll be celebrating their 50th anniversary this year. That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's really great. All right, so let's start with some exercises, simple exercises that you can do with your partner. So this is called a step back, pull back. And as you step back into a lunge, you're going to pull back into a row, both starting with your right foot. So go right and then left. Yep, right and left. There you go, good. Make sure you kneel, you bend that back leg. And right, good. And left. We're going to do a set of 10. So this is not only strength training, don't forget to pull those arms back, but it's also a little bit of cardio. One more set. Nice job, nice job. So that's the step back, pull back. Now we're going to do a chest press. So turn around. You want to probably unhook those. And then it's over. Nope, unhook it from your wrists. There you go. So this one is going to work your chest, but I want you to step 1 foot forward to brace yourself. Okay? And remember that it's only your chest or arms doing the work. I don't want you to push forward and backwards. Okay, so when I say push, you both push, and then when I say release, then you release. Ready? And push, release. Push, release. Keep going. Push, release. Great. Push, release. Awesome. So this is really a chest press, although your arms are doing the work. It's working your chest and upper back. So the way we have these intertwined is a great way to do partner exercises. Keep going. You want to make sure that when you're doing these that you use colors that are in either the same color or within one strength difference. All right, good, stop. That looks great. Okay, so these are red. The next color up is blue if you're following the TheraBand color scheme. But you want to make sure that they're either the same color or just one color difference, because you don't want a really heavy band with a light band, because that could probably burst the light band, which we don't want to do. All right, so in this case we're going to just use one band and we're going to do rotations. So hold it with your palms facing each other. So this one's going to work, come this way a little bit, so I'm afraid Chris is going to go off the edge there. We don't want you going over the edge. So in this one, you're both going to turn to the right at the same time. Now, it looks like your partner's going wrong, but she's right. Remember that, Fred.
Always right.
Always right. That's how you got to 50 years in the anniversary. Okay, so everybody turn to your right, back to center, and then turn to your left. Keeping those elbows close to your body. Right, center, left. Good. Right, center, left. So this is working your external obliques. Center, left. 2 more, right, center, left. Good. So this one works you both at the same time. Now we have a different way, which we haven't done in class. I want you both to face this way. So this time, Fred, you're going to turn to your left, and Chris, you're going to turn to your right. So you get a little bit more resistance. All right, ready? And turn. Back to center and turn. Back to center. Do you feel more resistance on this?
Yes.
So if you only have one particular color of a tube at home and you don't feel that it's heavy enough, you can change the exercise to this. I love how Chris is like yanking it. Okay, now switch places so we can work the other side. So now you're going to turn to your left and you're going to turn to your right. Ready? Turn and back. Turn and back. Keep those elbows close to the body. And here we are working the external obliques. Nice job. One more. Great. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is the seesaw. And we've done this in class. I want you to face each other. So in this one, this is a little bit of strength and a little bit of cardio, where one person goes up with the tube and the other person goes down. Bring it up and down. There you go. And up and down. Make sure when you're going down, you're in a nice squat where your knees stay behind your toes. And when you come up, that you don't hyperextend because we don't want to hurt your back. Nice job. 2 more. So you feel a little bit of a cardio workout as well?
Oh, yes.
Good, because it's National Heart Health Month. Okay, great. All right, so now we're going to do a couple with a med ball. So what I want you to do is go back to back, right here, back to back. Okay, so we have done this in class. So now, Fred, you're going to have to maybe not go overhead so much because Chris is not as tall, right? So what you're going to do is pass the ball up on one side, and then you're going to come down and pass it down on the other. Ready? Bring it up, and then pass it down. That's it. Bring it up and pass it down. Good. Don't go too fast because I don't want you to get dizzy. But this again works the external obliques, it works your quads, it works your hamstrings, it works your glutes. It's a great functional overall exercise. 2 more. 1 more. Good, now stop, catch your breath, because now we're going to go the other direction. So you're going to go up on the other side, down on the other, okay? So that we're working the muscles symmetrically. You don't want to be lopsided. Chris, I love your pants there with the heart shapes. Awesome. Those are little sweethearts, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Weren't they made in Boston?
They're not making them this year.
They're not making them this year, I heard, yeah. Bummer. All right, 2 more to make it even. Nice job. Awesome. Okay, catch your breath. So that one's a little tough. You definitely feel that one. You're getting dizzy?
No, just breathing.
Okay. All right, that's good. So now the next one we're going to do is you're going to face each other. And with the ball, you're going to turn one side, pass the ball to your partner, and then turn the other way. So even if you don't have the ball, you're going to be turning one way or the other. You're just going to pass the ball off in between. Now you can hand it off or you can toss it. We'll hand it off today. We'll handle it off today. Okay, so you both go the same direction, I think? Yep, and then you pass it and go the other direction. Okay, you ready? And bring it this way, pass it, and turn. There you go. Keep going. Nice. So again, this is another external oblique exercise. It's kind of fun. It's kind of nice that the ball is red too for Heart Health Month and the color red. Keep it going. So you turn whether you have the ball with you or not. There you go. Good. Do 1 more. Nice. Now you're going to go the opposite direction. Okay? So you're going to take the ball and go that way, and then when you get the ball, you're going to come this way, so that you have the equal weight on each side. All right, ready? Nice. There you go. Lots of different things that you can do with your sweetheart, huh? I love that they exercise together because they come to class together. They don't stand next to each other, which is perfectly fine. They're on opposite ends of the room, which is good, but they come together. And actually, there's another 2 couples that come, or another couple that come, 2, right, because we got Ann and Ken as well. All right, nice job. Okay, good. So those are some that you can do, exercises and strength training. And now let me show you some stretches that you can do. So Chris is going to turn this way, and you're going to grab her hands, and always work with your partner on what works well. So you're going to pull them back so that she gets a chest stretch, and you're going to tell him when to stop. Now, if that's awkward, then you can hold at the wrists. That's probably a little better. Okay? All right, and yeah, you can lean forward as long as you trust him. And then just hold and keep it a consistent resistance. 2, you feel it in your chest opening up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good, now you switch and you work on Fred's. There you go. So open up your chest. This is a great stretch because it actually pushes you a little bit beyond what you normally would do. And it's kind of fun. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of yoga. And we're going to do the yoga tree pose, but we're going to help each other stand up. Okay, so you're going to stand one hand against your partner, and that opposite leg is out, and hold like this. But you're going to hold on to each other, hand to hand. Yep, hand to hand. Okay, lift that opposite leg up. Put that other arm out, flat palm, like this, Fred. There you go, nice, and hold. Tighten your tummies, shoulders back for balance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. All right, now we have to do the other side, and this time, Fred, I want your arm to be nice and straight, okay? So again, for balance, you want to bring your shoulders up, back, and down. You want to tighten your tummy, so that helps you with your balance, okay? Go ahead and bring that outside leg up and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. Not bad, huh? Usually if we're in class, we have to hold on to something. But now you're holding on to each other, which is awesome. Okay, so also we want to do a stretch of our quadricep because when we did that step back, we did a lot of work on that quadricep. So face each other. Put your hand on, put one hand on your shoulder, one hand on your partner's shoulder. With the other hand, grab your foot for a quadricep stretch. Kind of holding each other up a little bit. There you go. Or not. All right, shoulders back, tighten your tummy. I'm going to let go from it. Get a little closer.
No, it's bothering his back.
Oh, okay. Do the other side. Okay. Swap sides. Again, if anything doesn't work, then don't do it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. So it's one side on the back that's bothering you. Okay. So, well then this last one will give you a little bit of a stretch because this is the forward bend. So face your partner, put your hand, both hands on shoulders. All right, and then just kind of bend in at your hips, only as far as you comfortably can go. This gives you a nice back upper back and lower back stretch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Come on up. Does that feel any better?
Good.
Good. Okay, great. So these are just some simple exercises you can do, just a short segment, something to do together to kind of have fun, get a little workout, get a little strength training, and get some stretches in as our sweetheart workout. So now we want to take it to the kitchen and show you some healthy recipes that are good for your heart and good for your tummy. We're here in the kitchen now, and we're going to make a couple recipes that are heart-friendly and tummy-friendly. So we're going to start with sweet potato chips. And the story behind these sweet potato chips is that I did a session with Chris's Girl Scout troop. Chris is the Girl Scout leader for her granddaughter's troop, which I think is amazing and awesome. And so I worked with her troop on getting a cross-training badge, and she gave me some sweet potato chips as a thank you. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try these sweet potato chips. So I went online and I looked at several different recipes. And I got to tell you, my kitchen was a test kitchen for quite a bit. Saturday, which was the day before the Super Bowl, I spend all afternoon trying to do different recipes on these sweet potato chips and cutting them different ways and cooking them. Some said to cook it for 20 minutes. Some said 25 minutes at 400. Chris said, no, you cook it for 2 hours at 250. And you know what? Chris was right, because that was the recipe that came out the best. They also loaned me this handy dandy vegetable sheeter that you have an attachment for your KitchenAid that works really nice. So Fred is going to be demonstrating that for us. And while Fred does that, I'll just go over what the ingredients are. Sweet potatoes, and I'm using olive oil spray. Now this is not a aerosol spray. This is just olive oil spray, which is really awesome. And a little bit of salt, and we're going to top it with some rosemary and salt. So while Fred is doing this, I'm going to have Chris take this rosemary and just grind it a little bit in this mortar and pestle. This is from my garden. We leave the skin on. We washed it, but we left the skin on, so it gives you a little bit of extra taste. So now, look at that. It comes in one big strip. Nice and thin. You don't want them too thick, because I found that when they're too thick, it takes a long time to cook, and sometimes they're a little more chewy versus crispy. So you don't have to use this. You don't have something like this. At home, I made them in my food processor, and this is the slices that I got. Or you can use a mandolin and do slices with that. This is low-tech, inexpensive. This is a little more high-tech. My husband really liked these little dowels that came out with sweet potato dowels. How's that doing? Awesome. Okay, so we're going to take this, put it back in here, and then we're going to put some salt in there. Now, another thing that I found when I was looking at recipes was a lot of people were making these sweet potato chips for their dogs. I was like, okay, you know. So my last test that I made last night, I made some plain ones with just olive oil for my dog, and then the rest I did with a little bit of salt and rosemary. So it depends on what you want. Okay, so now, how do you want to do this, Chris? We take it all in one strip and then break it off, or you cook it all in one strip?
Well, I sort of put it on the way it comes off.
And break it, yep.
And then if I can do it in a whole sheet, I just go ahead and do that because there's less shrinkage that way.
I'll tell you, I made 4 batches of these just to test out to make it so that we could get these today. Okay, so then it was a lot of sweet potato chips in our house. You want to put another one? Mine as well. So what we did, we put a little parchment paper on this baking sheet and just spray it a little with some olive oil. And then I'm adding a little rosemary and salt just to spice it up a little bit. So I had these at my Super Bowl party. They were a big success. Everybody loved them. It is a little bit of work because they're going to cook in an oven at 250 for about 2 hours. So in 1 hour, you want to take them out and flip them. So maybe it's good for a nice snowy day or rainy day, or a day, or get them after dinner and put them on while you're watching TV. Here we go. All right, and then we're going to stick these in the oven for 2 hours at 250 degrees. Halfway through, you're going to flip them over. And then once you take them out, give them about 10 minutes and they kind of crisp up a little more. So that's these. We'll put them in the oven and then see how they come out. Now we're going to make frozen yogurt bark. Another recipe I made for my Super Bowl party. And it starts with 1.5 cups of plain Greek yogurt. This is 2% fat. And we want to use the Greek yogurt because it's high in protein. Then we're going to use 2 tablespoons of honey. You could also use maple syrup if you prefer. Last time I made it, I actually used vanilla yogurt as opposed to the plain. And then we do 2 tablespoons of chopped almonds. That's another protein, so it's a very healthy snack or healthy dessert. We do 1/2 cup of chopped mango, a 1/4 cup of chopped raspberries or blackberries. I choose raspberries because I like them more. They also have fiber, which is good. And then 1/2 cup of blueberries. You can substitute anything you want. If the kids might more enjoy chocolate chip or coconut, you can use that. You can use pomegranate, you can use pineapple, whatever you want on the bark, that's what you can use. But these are the ones I'm using now. So we're going to start with, we have a pan, a 9 by 13 inch pan with a piece of parchment paper on there. And we're going to take the honey and put it in the yogurt. I love this little tiny spatula. And because Chris sprayed this with a little bit of oil, it comes out quite nicely. All the things I learned today. All right, and so let's mix this together. So that just gives it a little bit of sweetness because, you know, the yogurt can be a little bit tart and you want the dessert to be a little sweet, but still healthy. So mix this in nice. I also like to use all these different colored fruits because I love color. And it makes a very colorful meal. All right, so now, Fred, I'm going to pour this on there. You grab that knife and spread it all the way across as evenly as you can.
No pressure.
No pressure, right. Don't worry, we'll eat it anyway. There we go. Did I get enough out of there? Just rinse that real quick. Nice. Yep, just like you're spreading butter.
Butter.
Perfect. All right. Put that there. Okay. So we start with the almonds and we drizzle that on. So these were dry almonds and I just put them in a little Ziploc baggie and hammered them with my little wood little hammer. I love doing that. Now what you want to do though is just press it down a little bit with your hand so it gets inside of the yogurt so it doesn't fall off. Just a little bit. There we go. And then you put your fruit on there. Drizzle it on there, spread it up nice all the way around. So you probably want to make sure that if you're making it for a party, nobody has any allergies. I found out that one of the girls at the party had a mango allergy. Oh. So if I'd known that ahead, I would have done something different. But I didn't think to ask, so I'm just giving you guys a hint. All right, and now some blueberries. Look at that color. Mm. Blueberries are very good for your eyes. All right, make sure there's color everywhere. And then our raspberry. So raspberries, you might want to chop them, cut them a little bit. If they're too big, you don't want them too big. So I just cut these in half. Okay, and then, again, you want to just push it down a little bit with your hand to sink it in to the bark. Isn't that pretty? And then we cover it with saran. Can you get me a piece of saran wrap? And we'll put that in the freezer. And you want to freeze it overnight, so you do have to plan ahead on this one. You want to make sure that you're making it the day before. Ready? There we go. Thank you. That's always a challenge, isn't it? Cover it up. Here we go. Now, we'll put it in the freezer Oh, and look at that, while we're in here, I'll pull out the one I made last night. And that's what it looks like frozen. So what we'll do is we'll chop that up and put it on a plate, and then we'll sample it. And these are our wonderful recipes. These are our sweet potato chips. You can see these are the long ones. These are the ones that I had done with my food processor. So you see how small they get once they really dry up and crisp up. But these are delicious. And then this is our yogurt bark, and it is so colorful and so delicious. You can find all of these recipes on my website, fittingfitnessin.com. You want to look under the tab, Get Healthy with Holly show. And I'd like to thank you, Chris and Fred, for helping me today. Go ahead, you can have some. I really appreciate your willingness to be filmed and your help with the sweet potato chips, because I never would have thought of those. And it's really great to have you guys on the show with me. And thank you all for joining me today. And I hope to see you next time on Get Healthy with Holly.